Hey everybody, how
Hey
are you?
everybody.
So we are trading spaces. I am in the control box.
I am
Eh,
in an airport. That's why I have my mask on.
yeah, and we're coming at you today um, about a little bit of everything. And we're gonna. This may be a little bit of a quick episode because Tessa does have to, be in the airport. She's actually going to two screenings today. One of them for Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
I'm
We've
so
heard a lot
excited.
about it.
I had it muted because there's an announcement. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, she's legit in an airport. So if anybody wants to start that rumor that no, Tessa's not in an airport, it's a conspiracy. She's got the announcements to go with it. So anyway, we're gonna like breeze through, the TUDUM stuff, Doom
Yes, I know.
Patrol.
It was
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah, it was exciting. It was. And we got TUDUM. We got there's a Cowboy Bebop announcement. But there was some weird stuff going down on Titans. Doom Patrol. We're gonna talk a little bit
There was
about
stuff
that.
on Doom Patrol.
And then if we get to it, Stargirl and Yolanda's PTSD because that girl's got some problems and she's been hanging out with them little kids. I'm sorry, if you're in these shows, don't them little kids are not little kids. But anyway, if we don't get to Yolanda this week, we'll start with Stargirl next week because
Yeah.
we need to talk about how Eclipso and these embodying these children is like tripping people up. Um,
Mhm.
so
Yes,
so
it's creepy.
Yes. I flew right through introductions. I
That's
did not.
perfect. That's fine. I had
I'm
an
Jonita.
announcement
Yeah,
going, so
yeah. I know. I'm Jonita Davis, and this is
I
Tessa.
am Tessa Smith everywhere at Mama's Geeky. It's right there.
Yeah, and here's mine right here. Jonita L Davis everywhere. I'm trying to like go through. I'm like breezing through so we don't, because she has to like hit some deadlines here, some time marks, and you guys know. I mean, if you
Yeah.
guys watch me, you know how time blind I am. And I
Listen,
can
so
just
yeah, me
yeah,
too though. That's the problem. Just talk and talk. But I
yeah.
have a screening and then I have to go literally right from that screening to another screening. Then I have to, fingers crossed, make it onto my flight home.
hmm
So everybody out there, keep your fingers crossed for me that I make that flight home because it's
And
gonna be a close.
toes. Cross your toes,
And
people.
toes. Yes.
Cross them. So yeah. Let's start with Tadum.
Yeah,
Sandman.
perfect.
The
I know.
biggest thing out of Tadum for me was Sandman.
Me too. And it was like this long. But you know
Yeah.
what I loved about it was Neil Gaiman when he's like, "Oh, you guys, it's gonna basically be like you're in the comics." Like for me, it was
hmm
like I was in the comic books, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Neil Gaiman! Like you made me so excited."
hmm
Then when he was like, "But if you know the comics, there's surprises for you too."
Yes. I love that part. I love that part.
Mhm.
And I love how he said that it's taken so long, but it's a good thing it's taken so long because they've been able to do more,
Yes.
with all this time that's passed.
Mhm.
So I guess, with the shuffle that like with COVID and the shuffle they've kind of gotten more intuitive about their creative processes and stuff and maybe found some, really good talent too because y'all the actor that they debuted onto them, his voice, like I'm like, is that gonna be your voice during the show? Because I'm asking for like friends and fans and like myself.
And yourself. Well,
Yeah.
that was it. When he opened his mouth, I was like, "Oh, here we go. I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
so in."
Yeah, that's when I was on yesterday. I was on the Pop Council, another HCA show. You guys should watch on Mondays with Wendy and
Love them. Love
yeah,
Jamie and Wendy.
Jamie. Yeah. Well, that's when I think it was Jamie that kicked in, or no, Wendy, that we should do like a Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah, I'm
you
in
know,
for it. I'm in.
yeah. And I'm like, yes, and we should do it when Sandman starts. Because like he had this slow drawl that was like really deep and
Yes.
like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god. And then they show clip. They showed a
I
clip.
know.
It's
It
going to
was
be
like this
amazing.
long,
It
but
was.
so good.
Yeah. And that's why there's not much we can say about it because there wasn't much he gave us.
Right. I know. But I'm just excited for it and I can't wait. And there's tons of comics out there, guys. If you haven't checked it out,
Oh my
if you go
god.
to Amazon, you can get like graphic novels. I mean, I have several and I haven't
Mhm.
read them all because there's so many. But
Yeah.
um, but
I
it's good
have
stuff.
I have the first run. Though I think I have most, or I think I have all of the first run, the original Sandman. But then they also have, they have they have like spinoffs. Like there's
Yes.
Theater of Mystery, which is follows a young boy, and then there's like well the protagonist is a young boy, and um he gets in all kinds of stuff. Then there's the newer ones that came out too.
Yes.
When it was rebooted. There's also Cages and yeah. So anyway, go just type in Sandman and you'll find it. And Comixology has everything.
Yeah, I was gonna pull up my phone and try to look, but I forgot I'm mobile hotspotted, so I don't want to mess with my internet. But I'm sure there's a ton. There's a ton. I was gonna try to find out exactly how many, but
yeah, there's a ton. There's a ton of spinoffs and there's a ton of everything. Let me see. I can like really.
I was
do
like,
a
I'm
good look.
mobile hotspotted. I don't need to cut out my internet. That would have
No,
been good.
no. Do not do that. And so I actually found Sandman. I came to Sandman in my undergrad degree. When I was like doing my undergrad English degree, because one of the classes I took was the graphic novel class, and it was Neil Gaiman's Cages was the book, and Cages is a part of the Sandman series. It's like a graphic novel story of its own,
Okay.
but it's part of the Sandman series. So
That's the thing. There's so many. Like,
yeah. So there's like Sandman. There's the Endless Nights is one. You can get the box set for $137. Damn. I'm sorry. That's a lot. That's a lot. There's The Doll's House. There's Dream. Hang on. I got a list. Because there's actually separate books.
Right. I have like, I want to say like 5 big, thick, like trade paperback graphic novel collections. I can't remember which ones. It's been a long time since I've read them, but I will tell you, watching TUDUM over the weekend, I was like, okay, I got to pull these out. I got to read them again. Like it got me in that mood, you know?
Yeah. And I have like the graphic novels, but I have like the individual ones too. Okay, so there's spin-offs.
Lucifer in the comments they're saying is part of Sandman.
Lucifer is a part of Sandman, yeah. Lucifer is because Lucifer is one of the siblings. You guys know that, right? Like Dream and Death and,
I remember
and Lucifer,
you
they're all siblings.
Me that. I don't remember if you told me that on here or just in a talk, but I might have been on here. We talked about it, I think, at one point.
So the Dead Boy Detectives we talked about last week, they're a spinoff.
Yes.
Okay. Sandman Mystery Theater, and I think Sandman Mystery Theater it leads to the Dead Boy Detectives. I think that they're because there's the boy that's leads the Mystery Theater ones. There's Lucifer, there's the Dreaming, and then there's the they have a lot of specials and one shots and things like that. So there's
lots and lots of stuff.
Oh my gosh, they're all over the place. There's so many. I'm like scrolling, and there's so many.
It's crazy.
Of them.
That's why I was gonna look it up, and then I was like, wait, there's so much.
Yeah, and there's like the little endless storybook, like things like that. So they're like all over. Anyway, go ahead and pick some up. We have no idea where they're coming from with this. Like
no,
he hasn't said at all. Have you heard?
No, but that's why it's so exciting. And that's why I just want to go back and read everything.
Well, I think that's what you're going to have to do to figure it out, because I think we're just going to jump in, and I'm not sure if we're jumping in from comic 1 or what. So
I know. I'm just so excited. I can't wait. But also we got Cowboy Bebop, one of my favorite animes of all time. I don't know if you watched it, but I love Cowboy Bebop.
I haven't. Everybody that I know has talked about it. I haven't.
It's super short too. I want to say it's like 25 or 26 episodes. Like it's not even a lot, and they're 30-minute episodes. So you'll be able to like fly through them more or less. You know what I mean? So definitely check those out. But what's exciting is they gave us not a trailer, but they gave us the opening title sequence, which if you put it, and there's videos who have done it on YouTube already. If you put it shot for shot against the original, it's pretty close. And they do some different stuff, but the music is the same. The look of it is the same. The feel of it is the same. There's one thing they've changed, which I want to get your opinion on, but which I'm happy about. Many people are not. So this is a fun conversation, but they're going to give us a comic book they've announced to go along with it. It's only a 4-part to start.
Yeah.
and it's going to go with the Netflix series, which I'm
I never
excited
knew there
about.
wasn't one. I thought there was one at some
I
point.
think there was one like to go with the anime, but there's going to have one to go along with the Netflix series. So because they're changing it a little bit. I think they're kind of saying it's not really a reboot. It's not really a sequel. It's just kind of because one of the main things they've changed is there's this girl Faye. If you look up in the anime, if you just search Faye Cowboy Bebop, you'll see. And they obviously don't have her wearing the same outfit, which you'll see why as soon as you see her. And there are a lot of let's say boys, because I don't want to use the word men. Yeah. So let's say there's a lot of boys, we'll say, that are very upset that the actress isn't going to wear that on screen. And I'm like, well, yeah, I wouldn't want to if I were her anyway. There's a big difference between animated.
Like her thong is coming out of her shorts, people. Come on now.
Yeah, they want her to wear that on screen. People are mad about it. They're like, oh, cosplayers do it. I'm like, well, that's different.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, that style of dress was not cool when it was like in style in like wasn't it the 90s?
Right.
Late 90s. When it was happening in the late 90s, it was still not the coolest thing.
So that's part of the thing is that these new comics are going to show her in her live action outfit.
That looks a lot more comfortable.
It looks a lot more like what a normal person would wear when they're going to fight people and especially be a part of a heist and stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, she still has shorts on. Come on, people. She has shorts on, but they're high-waisted, like they should be, because high-waisted shorts are more comfortable and they accentuate the body better.
Right. See, there you go. Exactly.
They're more body positive.
Everybody.
More body positive. You need those, okay?
Yes. So hopefully the comics will show her more clothed, and I'm looking forward to the series. I know you guys talked about it on Pop Council yesterday, right? So everybody check that out.
Yeah. I was not into it the first time around. I will say that again, but now I am interested, and so I'm gonna go back and do some looking because it really has me intrigued. It does.
Yeah, it's really good, and like I said, it's a quick watch. I mean, I think it's like 26 episodes or something like that. It's not a lot. So it's easy enough to watch, and they're short episodes. I want to say, they're 20 to 30 minutes or whatever. Okay. So it's not too bad, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a cute dog named Ein, and he's just super adorable. He's a little corgi.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
That's a reason right there to watch it.
He's adorable.
So cute.
I saw the pictures. Yeah, I'll give it a watch. But yeah, the guys, I mean, even her top is like a little vest, a crop top vest.
She's like, I said, she's less than half naked. Like, she's less than half naked.
She is. And then they give her a shirt. I guess it's supposed to be a jacket, but it is barely on her. It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything. I know. So that's been a whole thing. People are mad at the costume design, and I'm like, you just want to see a more than half naked girl. Like, don't lie.
Okay, just say you're a dude who wants to, and just go watch the thing that rhymes with corn that you want to see. So
exactly. They probably have some themed to Cowboy Bebop, and then you can be happy.
They probably do. They have everything, so they probably do. Go find it.
So bad, but it's true. Oh, it drives me crazy.
It is.
Anyways.
Okay, so go watch. Go look for that stuff, and then we'll keep track of the comic of dropping.
Yes, it's going to be coming soon. I think they said, I forget when they said, but or they might not have said, but it'll be soon. It'll be timed with the Netflix release. Usually those kind of things come out like a month before and then run during the release. Like, it's kind of how those comics happen. So
weird. Yeah. Yeah. Both of us went out. I don't know if my internet went weird or something.
I'm on hotspot, so
it just says
I was like, oh no.
Live action Cowboy Bebop debuts November 19th on Netflix.
There you go.
And the comic series is scheduled to begin December 8th with a 4-issue collection already penciled in for May 2022. So they already have the collection already, done. So yeah, December. Let's see if we can get somebody on for that. That would be
that would be awesome. Cool. That would be good. I would like that.
Yeah. So next on our agenda, Titans went to Purgatory.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Listen, I was not expecting to see Hank, and I think that was perfect to have that closure with Hank, because
You think
he
it was
just kind
closure?
of blew up. I think it was closure. I think that's it. I do.
You think so?
I do. At least for this season. I don't think he's, well, actually, no. When I read a thing that said the actor got a job somewhere else, and so that's why they wrote him off. And this was kind of like so he's going to be a main character somewhere else. Doesn't mean he won't pop in now and then, but I think that was because at the end of, was it episode 3, he just like blew up and was gone, and you're like, okay, weird. So
Yeah, but
this
it was
felt
after
like
he
a
fought off
closure
all
with him.
those little thing dudes and everything, and with his bat.
Right.
Right?
Well, yeah, for this one. Yes, yeah. I know. And I was like, you know what I kept saying the whole time I'm watching this? These people are talking about coming back, right? Can you hear that? Is that super loud?
No,
So,
no,
like,
it's
Tim
fine.
wants to come back and Donna wants to come back. Well, they have bodies. Hank didn't have a body. What was he going to come back into? He exploded.
Oh, yeah, he did blow up. He blew up.
So I was like, the whole time I'm going, Hank, you don't have a body to come back into. You're like, what are you going to do?
Oh my God, Tessa, you're always thinking about all the problems.
I know. I'm practical.
He just
What can I
want
say?
him back.
If you watch my reaction, if you watch my reaction on my YouTube channel, I just kept being like, Hank, you have no body. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I mean, you're gonna think happy thoughts like Tinkerbell, and maybe this one is gonna come with.
I mean, I feel like that's why I knew
the soul.
Hank wasn't coming out of this, right? And then he got to see his brother or his stepbrother, whatever. I liked that a lot.
So
I thought that was cute.
That was so great.
So he has a purpose in purgatory. He's going to fight off those, whatever they call them, ghouls.
And help the souls as they travel to where they need to go,
Exactly. So he has a purpose, which I like for Hank. I do.
And that's what he needed, was a purpose, Yeah. That's what he really wanted. Even this season, he was just kind of, floundering, a little bit. So, maybe going to purgatory, maybe dying helped him out. And don't say I'm being rude for saying that, people, because
it's true though. He's a better person.
If you
he's a better person dead. Exactly.
Yeah, they're agreeing in the comics he has nobody to come back to. Oh, you guys are so negative.
It's true. What's he gonna do? Come into chunks all over the walls?
Okay, but see, that just
Doom Patrol. It would work. Doom Patrol.
Okay, but yeah, we need to talk about that too. But anyway, okay, so this is. I can still have hope, okay? I can still have hope that somehow we can get Raven or somebody to spin him up a body. No.
Probably not.
It looks like a hard, like your eyes are saying a hard no.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that
Harsh
one.
in my.
Sorry.
Anyway, but it was really great to see all of them. I really see Raven.
Yeah.
I really think that, I just seeing Raven with the Amazons, I thought was pretty funny because I was just, all the whole time she was there, I was like, you don't belong with those people.
No, she hated it. She's like, hello, I can do this. I want to do this. Like, I kind of loved that. But she was sucking it up for Donna to hopefully bring her back. I did kind of like how she clearly sensed that Donna came back, but then Donna was already gone to save Bruce. But I like how they just focused on more or less the purgatory in this episode. They didn't try to go back to Gotham and give you a bunch of stuff, right? It's something Titans is doing really well this season.
Yes. And I hope they keep it up because y'all be doing too much in an episode. Like, we jump here, and here. And even get into places where I don't care about. Really, I really don't care what Barbara's problem is this week if it has nothing to do with what's happening. Like, if she's not sitting in purgatory with everybody else, she shouldn't be in the episode. Yeah. I'm like, if she's not, like, for instance, like I think last season or any season before this one, they would have jumped back from purgatory to Gotham where Barbara is.
Yes.
And it's like, if Barbara's not in purgatory, if Barbara's not going to hell like everybody else, leave her where she's at, okay? We don't need to see her.
Exactly. Well, it's exactly like you're talking about. And that's what I liked about, and I know we'll touch on it very briefly, and we'll definitely discuss it next week if we don't get to it. But that's what I liked about Stargirl this week is that they gave us little bits of everything, yes, but they really focused on Yolanda and her issues this week. And that's what they need to do is they need to, when you have that big of a cast, We don't need to see what everybody is doing. That ruins it. And it's
It
something
does.
we've been talking about the last several episodes, and it's something that Titans is doing so well. And Doom Patrol, for some reason, can pull off showing you everyone. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Just
Because
they're crazy.
everybody's entangled and everything's so
Yeah.
crazy. You kind of got to see what everybody's doing to kind of get what's
That's
going
true.
on.
That's a fair point, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's a good segue though.
That is a good segue. Yes, it wasn't even on purpose. But
Yeah?
yeah, this week's Doom Patrol, we talked about it a little bit on. We told you guys last week we're doing spaces over on Twitter on Thursdays.
The Hollywood Critics Association account,
Yes.
and watch out for that. I will schedule it again today after this. We're doing it noon Eastern time. I think that makes
Yes.
it
I
what
will-
9 o'clock for the West Coast.
Yes,
9 on the
but
West
I will
Coast,
say
noon on the East Coast.
I have a. We'll let you know when your interview is for Thursday. You know how that happens. Like they haven't told me the exact time. So, which I told them I can't do that time, but that doesn't mean they're going to listen to me.
Yeah, if
so
you
I'll
have to
keep you
dip out,
updated
that's
on
fine.
that.
I think it can.
Yeah. I'm like, hello. Don't you hate that when they're like,
I know.
it's going to be this day? Well, a day is 24 hours. Can you give me a time frame? That would be easier.
Yeah, and if those of you watching, if you didn't know, Tessa and I are independent critics, so it's not like we can say, "Hey, you can't do this," because they'll be like, "Hey, you're not coming back to our
right,
junket."
exactly. They'll say, "Huh, too bad."
Yeah.
Right. So basically, I just have to. I'm at the mercy of when they tell me what time it's going to be, and of course, as luck will have it, I guarantee you it's going to be 12 o'clock Eastern time, or even 12:30. Log in at 12, right? And you'll be like,
Yeah, it will be. Well, and I mean that means I'll just be there talking to
about my favorite episode.
Yeah.
I hope I can pop in.
Yeah, that's the episode you were waiting on. That was the one you were waiting on. Yeah.
I'm waiting on it. It's so good. Wait till you guys see it, and you'll know exactly. Yeah. I can't wait to talk to you about it. But anyway, so we'll get into details on Doom Patrol there.
Like deep into details, like because last week we talked really about the first episode and the last episode of last season. So if you haven't launched in yet, watch episode 9 of the last season because it kind of ties in. It runs into the episode 1, and then watch 1 through 3 are up right now.
Yes,
1 through 3 are wild.
They're crazy. So you finished them at this point because before you had it. 3 is, I loved it because that I loved it. I love the dead boy detectives. But how about Dorothy leaving with them? What was that all about?
I was like, and then they just let her. I'm like, okay, listen.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
Her dad just died, and he left her in your care. You're her guardians, and you're like,
okay,
go ahead and run off with the 16-year-old runaway and her dead ghost buddies, and just have some fun, ride off of that, black Amex your daddy left you, and we'll be cool here at the mansion. We'll see you when you get back. You're like 111 years old. I know Dorothy's like a little girl looks like it, but isn't she like 90 or something?
Yeah, she's like, they said it last season, I think.
Mm-hmm,
but it's weird because her body is like, because she just became a woman last season. So she, her body is even very much like a little girl. So even though she is like 90 or 100 or something.
Right, and her attitude and her mindset and personality. I think because she has that, tween hormones things going on. Yeah, so that was like a little while that they were just like, okay, see ya. And the vacation. That
was crazy.
Y'all. Okay, so when they died, going back to the body thing, I'm gonna go back to Hank. Okay. The Doom Patrol, they were sent, their bodies rotted in boxes, shipped back to the mansion. And we know they were rotted because there was like a gunk, wetness on the box.
Well, listen, I know you wanna compare to Titans. What I will say, one of the reasons it's my favorite is episode 4 kind of touches on that. Okay, it's actually, the name of it is called the Undead Patrol. I'll give you that. That's why it's my favorite.
Yeah, Yeah, and I saw that
So
coming. So it's going to
so
wrap it up.
because they're doing patrol, so they focused on it. They're like, "Yep, it was rotted," and wait till
Mm-hmm.
you see in more detail these rotted bodies.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Okay. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. But
Do you see why it's my favorite episode?
yeah, because of the zombies. Anything with zombies is going to be cool. I really, y'all, when they died, and I'm like, seriously, you went through all that with the candlemaker.
I know. And then you just died in like a second of being shot by this weapon thing.
And, okay, let's talk. And the dude and the alien. We'll get into the more of this.
Yeah.
Gorax and his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, all these years you spent serving, dude, and now you want to, grow a pair and
Yeah, I know.
decide you're on mission. That decide you're gonna take things into your hands. You're tired of this,
I know.
really, dude? Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I was side eyeing him pretty hard. I was. I'm like, no, you don't even have an organization anymore. The Brotherhood of Evil is dead.
I
They're
know.
gone. Like, you should have just been like Goraxon's, like, you know what? I'm just gonna retire and chill,
Right.
and
Yep.
enjoy this place. Why not? Like, who are you gonna do? Who did you do that for? What's your
I
end
don't
game?
know.
I don't think there is one.
I don't think there is one. Exactly. I don't think he knew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was no thought process there.
Yeah. I
You
think,
know what I mean?
yes, and I think that yeah, we'll talk more about this on Thursday. We'll have to rehash that whole.
We're gonna have to rehash all that because we're gonna have to talk about them being undead. So
Yeah,
we'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll talk about the episode, and then after that, next week it'll be just like one full episode. It'll be easier to get into detail with,
to dive into each week.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we plan to do these Doom Patrol after shows on Thursdays every week.
Yes.
Just to kind of, because Doom Patrol is dense. Doom Patrol has a lot in it.
Yeah.
I think it takes some discussion because I think even the end of episode 9 of second season, that was second season, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I understood it a little better after we talked about it.
Right, because there's so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
That
Yeah.
goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because they somehow pull off having every character in every episode pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you're getting a lot of information. It's jam-packed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this person was doing this person was doing this person was doing this, what's happening? Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's a lot. Sometimes you miss stuff.
Yeah.
Even if you're paying attention, it's just like, woo.
Yeah, it does. It happens. Yeah, I didn't.
The
The chief and the sex ghost thing. I think you mentioned that, and I just totally missed it. And yeah, I don't know how I missed it because it's so there. Where he's like, why not? And then, okay, why did it take a teenager to tell them how to get rid of their sex ghost problem?
Because teenagers think about that more, I guess. I don't know.
Why? I mean, that didn't phase them. I mean, to me, I think if I had an issue like that and it took a teenager for me to get rid of it, I'd be like a little embarrassed,
Yeah, I have a problem.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so that's come sit with us Thursday. We'll talk more about this. It will go in depth. So last but not least, let's like touch on Stargirl.
Yeah, so I was happy they finally addressed it because listen, back last season, there's this big fight and she literally claws someone and kills them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She literally murders them. And we've seen her little bits and pieces of her being like dealing with it, right? Like when she's at church and she's like confessing it and she's has this PTSD, and finally it just all comes to a head when they have this meeting where they're basically, she's like, listen, I killed someone and you guys couldn't do it. So when it comes time to kill Eclipso, I know it's going to have to be me. And I don't want any of you to have that guilt. I don't want you guys to have to live with having killed someone like I am. And then by the end of the episode, she quits. She says, I can't, I'm done. And she quits to Courtney,
Well, the fact is, you see her, like this whole season, she's carrying something heavy. She's and no one thinks to ask, hey, Yoli, what's up? Hey, Yoli.
I know. It's
What's what?
true.
You feeling okay? Are you
Right.
good? No one thinks to
Well,
ask that.
no. Well, the thing is, Courtney's the only one who knew she killed him. Everyone else, I guess I missed this, but it was when they talked about it, when Courtney kind of tells everyone at the end there, no one else knew. They thought the building collapsed on him and that's when he died. So she didn't tell anyone besides Courtney. And Courtney said, I didn't feel like it was my secret to tell, which is true, except
But
when
you can
someone
still
is suffering
check
that
on
much.
your friend, man.
Right. Courtney should have checked on, and Courtney should have told Pat. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
no reason she shouldn't have gone to an adult about it. These are kids. They are actually kids. They are teenagers. This girl's supposed to be, 16 years old? That's
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
lot to deal with. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they touched on it, and I'm glad they didn't shy away from it because it would be easy enough, and so many shows do it, where it's like these people kill people, but whatever, they don't care. Like, that's a real thing you got to deal with.
You do, and it's not something.
Even if they're a
I
bad
am so
guy,
sorry, people. It's allergy season, like the
You are
peak,
fine.
and I am suffering. Like I don't
But
know if
you
you
know
can
what I
see it.
mean,
My
though?
my thing is
I can hear you,
swollen
and
up.
I feel bad.
Yeah, like you can hear it, and like my whole bridge of my nose and everything through here is like so swollen. I'm gonna put an ice pack on it when we get off the air, but so I'm just apologizing for my tissue and everything. But
You're fine.
she was
I'm in
visibly
an airport, so we're both of us. It's okay.
but she was visibly
Yeah,
suffering, has been visibly suffering. This episode, she's visibly suffering. I mean, I think she would have noticed the Eclipso kid body part it better if she wouldn't have been suffering. But that
right.
innocence of a child thing is something that, if you're feeling a lot of guilt over something, you're mourning, the time when before
Yeah,
you knew so much.
right.
Yeah. That's how I want to put it. So I'm going to leave it. You kind of, it's almost her kind of mourning for her childhood, and she's like gravitating toward Eclipso. So, yeah,
Yep, I know. I'm
the
glad they
Eclipso child
touched on it
person. Yeah.
because usually they just gloss over that. Like, oh, they're
Hmm.
superheroes and they killed a bad guy at the end.
Well,
But,
and
like,
yeah.
that's not the case.
And then in these kid shows when you got these teenage, they let the kids act like they know more than the adults and they can handle everything. And then,
Yes.
when they've got something like this where they should be feeling these strong adult feelings and need help with them, they don't, like you
I
said, they
know.
don't go there. And
Right.
these teens are going through it. I don't
Oh,
know, the
yeah.
Titans are moody and broody, but,
Look
they,
at Jason. Look at everything he's been dealing with this season.
mm-hmm,
Like, he's a kid too.
yeah. And I think that reminds us that they are just teenagers. So yeah, I'm glad, like you said, I'm glad they went through it, this grief in this episode, showing
I'm
her.
sad she's gone, but she'll be back. She'll
I
come
don't think
back.
is she gone forever though.
No, I mean, she quit. She told Courtney she quit, but she's going to end up coming back. I'm sure of
Yeah,
it.
she's gonna have to come back.
But she's going to
Um,
need to think on herself for a little bit.
she's got to come. She's got to go through the stages of. She's got to forgive herself. She's got to
Yes.
come to that point, and there's a lot of other stuff she's got to do. So yeah, I can't wait to see what else is gonna happen. Um,
I'm
yeah.
excited. It's going to be
So
interesting.
it is. It is. Well, I'm gonna cut. I think we're gonna cut this episode short a little bit so that you can
Right on
go.
cue. It's like super loud. Do
Yeah.
you
Has
hear
has that
that?
announcer, has that speaker been getting louder?
I
It's
feel
like,
like it's
oh,
getting louder.
it's like, okay, you're down there trying to run a whole show in our airport. That's not gonna happen. We're just gonna
Right.
crank up the speaker. No.
Exactly.
No, they wouldn't do that on our account. Okay, so Um, I next week we get to talk about Venom. Do we get to talk about Venom next week? Like
We
like
do because
everything,
it comes
like
out this
everything Venom.
weekend, and we both get to see Venom today. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
watching
excited
tonight,
to talk about it. Me
and
too. Me too.
then you're also watching 007.
No, I am. No Time to Die. I'm watching that
Yeah.
at 3 o'clock, but check in at 2, and then it's 2 hours and 45 minutes, which I did not know it was that long. So I
Mm.
have 45 minutes to get from that theater to the other theater, which is 15 minutes away. That's showing Venom. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good
Wow.
time. It's gonna be
Sounds like my
grand. And then I gotta get
Thursday.
to my flight home. So
Yay!
yay!
Yeah.
Fingers crossed I make it.
Yeah. Okay, so we
I'm
can
not
get
stressed at all. Don't worry about it.
see. That's I'm not stressed look in her face. No, it's not.
Not even a little.
No, it's not. Okay, so we're gonna let Tessa get out of here. There are other shows on the HCA, the Hollywood Critics Association channel. This channel, which you did go and you liked and subscribed to this channel, right?
Of
Every
course.
one of you
And
watching. Of
they
course
hit
you
the
did.
notification bell, of course.
They did. They did.
They did.
Of course you did. Of course you did it already. If you didn't, you will do it now.
Right this second, we'll give you a minute. Go ahead. You can hit subscribe. Good job. Hit the thumbs up. All right, good. And now hit the little bell. Perfect. Thank you guys.
There you go.
So nice.
There you go. You get your points for the day. There are other shows. The reason why we had you go through that because there are so many other shows that happen during the week. Pop Council yesterday. That happens every Monday. I was on it with
amazing.
Jamie. Yeah, Jamie and Wendy are hilarious. They're amazing. They go they take pop culture and they look at the fandom side of things. And it's like their takes are hilarious. And Jamie's got this whole technical Hollywood side that he does. And Wendy's like our triplet, but she works out well with Jamie. And then Hollywood Approved Wednesdays with Kristen and Yael. Watch the Stream Thursdays, hosted by Morgan and Lupe. Trending in Hollywood Fridays by Scott and Dimitri. And Horrifically I can do this every week.
I know, that one's hard.
Horrifically Horrifying by Heather and Kevin. So
and they've got the show, the
morning show after show now, and the Foundation after show that Jamie's part of. Yeah.
So make sure you check those out too.
Yeah, check those out as well, and then come see us. Check your Twitter feed for the announcement. We're going to be taking over the Hollywood Critics Association spaces. They gave Tessa and me the keys. So we're going to be taking over their spaces for an hour or so. On Thursday, at noon on the East Coast and 9 on the West Coast. So come check us out. We're going to be talking all things Doom Patrol. And it's the Doom Patrol after show. So we're going to be talking about Doom Patrol episode 4. The zombie episode.
It's my favorite.
We're going to be talking zombies. Yes.
It's so much fun.
Yes. So, tell them where they can find you other than, JFK.
Yeah, right. Right now I'm JFK. Later I'll be no, just kidding. You can find me everywhere at Mama's Geeky. I'm Mama's Geeky on Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube, and then also mamasgeeky.com as well.
And you can find me, Jonita L. Davis, everywhere on social media, at the Black Cape at Mama's Geeky as well, and on YouTube on Multiversity and Black Cape Media. So, yeah, we're going to get out of here. Let Tessa get to her to watch Venom. Yes, you have to see that. You have to see Venom. You guys have to come back next week, at least, to come hear us talk Venom. Okay.
I know. I'm so excited for it. And Carnage is like one of my favorites from the comics, so I'm excited.
Yes. I don't know Carnage from the comics, but he seems funny. And I love Woody Harrelson. Perfect.
I'll research. I'll get the actual issues that I want to talk about for next week.
Homework.
That's the best.
Okay. All right.
It's fun homework. So
fun homework. All right, everyone. Until next time.
Bye.